you touched on it, formerly Buffalo Springfield. So was that an arduous task? It was basically you and Steven.
In the beginning?
Yeah, because you had said that it was his band, but you were.
It was definitely Steven's band. I mean, Steven was the heart and soul of Buffalo Springfield. I think because of Neil's notoriety and, you know, I mean, even though Steven had a very recognizable career himself, you know, and all, but Neil went off as a solo artist, and a lot of people really identify maybe the Springfield with Neil, that guy with the fringe and a little eccentric and this and that and the other, you know, but Steven was the heart. It was his band, you know, there's no other way for me to look at it. Now we're going to do an interview together in a couple of weeks, man. Steven and Neil and I. So I hope that. Oh, what do you mean saying it was?
Who are you doing it with? Who are you doing it with?
Actually, you know, Cameron Crowe is he's gonna do the interview. Steven and I have already done one. It's for the documentary that I also have coming out next year. And Steven and I have done one. Neil was going to participate in that, and then something happened, and it just fell apart. But Steven and I went ahead and did it by Zoom and all. But now we're going to, I think on July 14th or something like that, we're going to get together out at Steven's house. And all three of us, along with Cameron, are going to do that interview for the documentary. So it'll be fun. I mean, it'll be a lot of fun. Steven and I had a great time doing, I mean, I think it was really important as the way things came down, because Steven and I had our own personal relationship. And then when you add in, you know, Neil, well, Steven and Neil have their own personal relationship, and it might have taken away a little bit from, you know, what Steven and I had together. So this will be fun though.
Garrett Luchowski wrote, were any of the Buffalo Springfield shows in 2010 professionally recorded before Neil pulled out of the tour? And if so, any chance of releasing them?
I'm sure everything was recorded. I mean, I'm not sure. I know everything was recorded, and they're all in Neil's possession. So I guess when Neil's ready to, when he's ready to release them, if ever, you know, they will be.
Oh yeah, Good Time Boy, you wrote, but Dewey sang. What happened there? Well, I know you had two songs there right in a row.
You know, when Dewey joined the band, he said, yeah, man, I want to join the band, but I want to sing a song too. I sing like Wilson Pickett. That's what he said, I remember. And, you know, as the second album, you know, came out, that was the first album that I actually had any songs on at all. And I did Sad Memory, and I think Child's Claim to Fame, and Good Time Boy. And I just kind of wrote that and say, Dewey, here's a song, man. I want you, gotcha.
Yeah.
Dewey was a good guy, man. I miss him. He was a good guy and a good friend.
I like the way he drummed. I mean, that to me, that was, yeah.
You know, John, it was something like, I'm not sure any of us in the band, I think, you know, musicianship and all really developed, but in the beginning it wasn't like we were the best, you know, musicians in the world. Steven was just learning his style at the time, which he developed. Neil had a ragged style, and they kind of, we like put it, but you know, the band, that's what made it. I mean, it was just like one of those things. Bruce was he was a unique bass player. I mean, a very unique bass player and fun to play with. But Dewey, man, was just he was like a Ringo Starr drummer, man.
He was, yes. I never thought of that.
Just a real basic, you know, I don't have to be fancy. I'm just here to carry the time, you know, and so as the band is like, you know, we might not have been the greatest musicians in the world, but whatever it was, it all fit. It just fit. It worked.